morning.
Happy
Welcome.
Friday.
Whose happy birthday?
I said happy Friday.
Oh, that's right. Yes, TGI. Yep. Thank God.
It's my birthday.
Right.
Don't let me
I'm
get you
sure it's
confused with
awful
Oh,
Aquafont.
come on.
Right. Yeah. Alpha. Yep.
But
Victoria.
we do have a birthday on Sunday. Chris
Okay.
Multi-Tank
No.
Addiction has a birthday on Sunday.
All right. We'll get to playing his a little bit later. Well, you're where you need to be for the know at the Aquatic Morning Show. Did y'all know that? Maybe just a little bit, huh?
So
Victoria,
you're learning some stuff, are you?
learning some stuff, whether it's here or around the fish fam. Definitely learning some stuff. Victoria Lee creates Good Mornings, Good to See You, ABC Aquatic Biotope Creations, Bigfoot Fish Tank Dennis, it's good to see you. Freshwater Ichthyology, I need to email you. I have your email. I need to email you. I might have, did I? I can't remember now. I will check. Glassbox Hero, Danny, Yo, it's time for the Aquatic Morning Show. Lurking and working. All right. My Fish Tanks Aquatics. Mystery Snail Guardians. Them mystery snails are playing in the garden water. I'm goofy this morning. Dennis Christensen. Stephen Perry.
CP.
Papa Shrimp.
I love
Who
shrimp.
loves shrimp?
Everybody loves shrimp. I don't think that'll go away for a while, man. I think you're good on that.
Yep.
Ben Backstrom. Good morning, everybody. Lurking and working on this fine Friday. Hope everyone has a great day. Yes. Paul McCartney, but McCartney.
Yeah.
He's going to be the singer. It's just with not the same end. Yeah. Greg. Good morning, Greg. Greg, did you hear yesterday? I don't think I said it on while we were live, but we have longfin baby Danios.
Hey.
Y'all, they are as big as an eyelash or as small as an eyelash. They are tiny. Like,
Wow.
I don't
wouldn't even see them then, probably.
Yeah, it's hard for me to see them. I don't know. I know I've got at least 5. I don't know how many more I've got, but I know I have at least 5. They're bigger than the guppy fry because I was scared to let the guppy fry out with them, that the guppy fry would eat them. So I didn't. Or the angel babies. I was scared the angel babies would even eat them. They're that small.
Wow.
Jen, you, good to see you.
And on my end, I saw that Victoria was the first one in today.
Okay. I didn't.
Yep.
Let's see. Monster Fish Cow, Miss Lori, honey, you was gonna be on my coffee cup this morning, and I even had you print it out, but yeah, my ink went out.
Whoopsie.
Done run out of some ink, have you?
Yeah, I even tried to do it twice, and the second time the black came down just a little bit further, but not much. So
You got to get your Sharpie out.
yeah, speaking of, I lost all my Sharpies at Aquashello, so I have
Because you were
finally.
signing all those autographs, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Or more like people were needing them to sign their autographs.
And they never gave them back.
Yeah. And so I finally got replenished with my silvers and my one pink and several. I got another black one that's just bigger. And I don't know where it went. Anyway, I got replenished on my
Well,
Sharpie.
I know you had a silver one at one time.
Yes.
Aw.
That one I had. In fact, I was gonna finish signing it instead of just signing it Jess. But like I said, I didn't have my silver Sharpie and I didn't want to finish it with a black Sharpie, so I just left it at Jess.
So I have an unboxing of fish from Jess, but I just happen to have this sitting right here. So
There you go.
Nice.
I like the shape of this cup.
Yeah, I kept the taller one because I do drink from the taller one, but that one I don't drink from. So I was like, I'm giving this one to Miss Dee.
I like Dr. Anthony's cup. It's nice.
Yeah,
and
why
big.
aren't you drinking with my cup this morning, you two women?
Well,
Well, it's in the washing machine or dishwasher. Sorry.
Washing machine.
I'm
That's not a
suffering.
very
I'm
good place to
suffering.
put it.
I'm suffering from a breakup, so I'm.
I tried that one time, but
And-
all of my cups came out broken after I took them out of the washing machine. So
Oh, I know. That
Yeah,
just-
but, washing machines just don't do what they used to do with cups.
no, that gentle cycle just ain't what it used to be.
it was pretty cool watching it in the window, though.
As it broke up into pieces.
Well, if you needed to do a mosaic with some tiling pieces, you had something ready. Depends on what you need them for.
That's right. Kelly Foreman, good morning, lady. Good to see you. That spin cycle's rough on ceramics.
Right?
Well, now the newfangled washing machines don't have the agitator.
Yeah, we had to get a new one after
Yeah.
our house flooded, and we specifically got one without an agitator. It clears up a lot of space. You can put more stuff in there.
Yes.
But does it clean as good as
Yeah,
the other one
how
used to
does
beat
it-
them close to death?
It does.
How does-
Yeah, I've got one too, but at first I doubted that it could do as good, but it does.
How? How does
Yes,
it?
but you have a lot of room in the thing, like you said.
Yeah.
The way that it spins, it self agitates. It doesn't need
Yeah.
the thing in the middle
Yeah,
going back and forth.
it doesn't just spin, it like rocks back and forth as it spins.
The whole
Yeah.
thing does, the whole bowl.
Oh, there you go.
I love it
Don't
because
lock
you can
itself out of
pump it in
place.
there.
And you don't lose socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I'm
don't?
upset right now.
Not
on
in
this.
those. There's nowhere, normally they would get up under the agitator
Mhm.
thing. There's nowhere for them to go
Is
now.
that the mystery of where the missing socks go? It's under the
That's
agitator.
what I think, because since everybody's been getting rid of all these old washing machines, there's hundreds of thousands of lost socks that have been taken to the landfill.
Uh-oh.
It got so bad when I was washing clothes for my boys and everything that I wanted to start marketing single socks instead of pairs. Just market single socks, so that way it didn't matter.
Right.
Oh, I need
Somebody
one of those
somewhere's
to
got
go
a
with my-
match.
Do y'all save that sock that doesn't have a mate, and how long do you save it before you finally let go of it?
It depends on what if it. So like right now, I'm missing one of my corgi socks, and I'm upset
you'll-
over it.
So you'll hang on to that one for a
Yeah,
while,
I'll
because it's
hang on to
probably
it.
in a sheet.
I hope.
Got to have a drawer for all the singles and then a drawer for the
I
pairs.
do too. Pretty much. Yep.
I'll hang on to it for like 2 years, waiting for that bad boy to come back if it was a sock that I like.
Lots of times I wear unmatched socks just because I like to be different. So it doesn't matter to me.
My
Well,
excuse
you
is
know-
I'm colorblind.
Landon
Now
don't
they
give
have a
damn
gadget.
what the socks look like. He
They
wears
have a new
whatever.
gadget that you pull the corners of the sheets into.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you throw it in the washing machine, and that way it don't collect your underwear and socks in the corners.
Cool.
Because you know how when you're folding up sheets, you always shake out a sock or a pair of drawers or
Yeah.
something.
Yes.
We
We got
usually wash our bedding separate from all of our clothes.
Most
Yeah.
of the time we do too.
Well, you're sophisticated. You and the P family are sophisticated people.
Overachievers. Just when
Katie.
you retire, young lady, you will bring your coats, your socks, your underwear, everything all at the same time.
Yeah, I don't separate colors anymore or any of
Oh, no.
that crap.
No, we don't separate colors, but we have a king bed, and so like
Yeah.
our comforter and sheets and stuff take up the whole washing machine.
Yeah. Sure does.
Yeah.
But
Joseph
if
saying-
you have that sock that got kicked off during your sleep, it gets washed with those.
Joseph
true.
Stanley said that buy all the same socks and you'll always have a pair. He's
That's
right.
what I
When
do.
I worked at the prison, that we could only wear black socks, and to this day, I do not own a pair of black socks now. I had like 30 pair of black socks, and I threw them away after I retired because it's like
Hey.
I don't even want to look at a black sock.
There you go. Yeah.
100-degree weather, and you got to wear black socks.
David Farrell. Dave, good to see ya. Long time no see. Levi's Aquariums and Terrariums. I like it.
Yeah, he got a new creature, didn't he?
Not sure. Bex. Good morning, Bex.
Hey.
I gotta get with you, Bex. I'm getting the last month's end of month shirt and mug. I'm so bad about doing that.
Does Debbie Holding have a birthday on Sunday? Let us know, Debbie Holding. I
Yep,
don't
let
know
us
that.
know. We got to.
I'm making my own list birthday, so if you'll let me know, I'll add it to the list.
Well, I'll tell you later.
Bayless.
I'll tell you
Bayless
later.
dot Ramsey.
You guys, so since Dr. Anthony's in here, he can explain
Uh-oh.
the new update with the Lacey Act. Are they have a formed group now, right?
I haven't
know.
heard anything. This is
Okay.
the first time I've heard about it, actually.
Okay, so if I am correct, we heard last night on Dan's stream that they do have a formed group now. The names are out for that group, and that they will be the ones making up the new list or whatever for the Lacey Act that will be pushed through. So we need to get those names and call and let our senators or whoever, not senators, let the people on the list know which way you feel, one way or the other. But they need our input. So I wish I remember where he said he got that from. Hang on, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find that real quick. Because it should be in his description last night. I believe he said he was gonna put it there.
Yes, JoJo. Check
That whole thing just makes me scratch my head. What are they thinking? I get it on some parts, like there are certain species we know that need to be taken off the sale list.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. We know, but there's not so many that you have to take all of them and just ruin the industry. That's scary. Don't any of these people own aquariums?
Right.
Well, they ruined it for the cell phone people.
If you look at any governing body that makes decisions about something, they never have experience in what they're governing.
Right.
Because your cell phone was the one thing that all the spammers and the telemarketers couldn't reach you. And now when they made it where, you had to be broadcast, they could get those numbers. Now how many calls do you get in a day that's not for you really? They're just somebody trying to do something.
My car warranty. I get 3 or 4 calls a day about my car warranty. And I'm like, I don't even own a car. So can you send me the title of that vehicle you're talking about?
Yeah, 2 cars ago, I keep getting the offer for a warranty, but not on the one that I currently have.
Okay, he found it off of, this is what he pulled it from. The U.S. ARC, which is what, aquatics and reptiles?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that means?
Yes, I think so.
So it says Alert America Competes Act of 2022 Legacy Act Amendments.
The committee
scroll down for the steps to take. I am not going to read all this, but it does go through and gives you the steps of what to do. Because a lot of this is just foreign words. Okay, the amendments would reverse the U.S. ARC federal lawsuit victory by reinstating the ban on interstate transportation of species listed as injurious under the Lacey Act. The bill would also create a whitelist that could affect millions of pet owners as well as pet businesses. Could your pet species of interest, not just reptiles, potentially survive in southern Florida or any other location in the United States? Then it could be listed as injurious for just that reason. If this passes and your species of interest, even your pet, is listed as injurious, then it cannot be transported across state lines. That means you cannot take a pet with you if you move to another state or needed veterinary care across the state border. Does that also mean if you're vacationing?
Yeah. That's what the new amendment says. I mean, that's, so that's nothing new. The new aspect, I guess, is that there is a committee that has been formed, and I can't find that information anywhere, to actually look into the regulations. But I've been searching, and I can't find anywhere, even the US ARC page, I couldn't find any new updates for it.
Okay, so I wonder how
Yeah,
we have
I-
posted additional information there. So I wonder how Dan found out that they had.
I don't know. There has
More.
been no updates
It
since
says right there,
March.
see
on
the list
anything.
at usarc.org, lacey.com on update 47. The list has also been released. See the list at right there. Yep.
You can read that? I can't read that.
Yeah, hang on. It didn't.
You must have X-ray eyes, because
No, it didn't transfer the right
Okay.
one. Let me get
It opened up a
Is
new
that,
tab.
is that word
Yeah.
injurious or injurious?
injurious or injurious. I don't know.
potato patata. I
They
just say
bad.
French
That's
fries.
what it means. They bad.
Well, because it said that if they can't survive in that state without something
Right.
that's considered
John
injurious or
Corn in
whatever.
Texas, of course.
Now, for whatever reason, it is hard to read, but it does say senators and House representatives assigned to the S1260/HR 4521 Reconciliation Conference Committee.
I see
And
Raymond Burr's on there.
yeah,
But I think that's
Baldwin-
for that may not be for just the Lacey Act, but that may be the reconciliation bill for the entire bill. Because what the Senate passed and what the Congress had are two different bills, so they have to come together and reconcile both bills to make them mesh as one.
Correct. And I think that's the
This
kind of the scary part, is that they're focused on the stuff that's about the Competes Act and
Yeah.
not so much the Lacey Act part of it.
Yeah.
So that's where we need to inform them and let them know, hey, by the way, when you're passing this bill for economic impact and blah, 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 you have to remember that the economic impact of the Lacey Act is going to hurt the industry.
Yeah.
veterans voice concerns about the proposed Lacey Act amendment. There's a bunch of other articles over here on the right that you could go into and look at.
If you could post that link,
You
or someone
bet.
post that link, that would be great.
You bet.
So if you were to have I saw that traveling ban thing that was on the side. So if you had a special turtle that was your therapy pet, you can't travel with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That
crazy.
ain't right.
Thank you.
But anyways, happy Friday.
Right.
Not to bring everybody down on a Friday.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't trying to bring anybody down. I just heard and that they had made that's what Dan said, that they had made the committee and that we needed to find out who to call. Sorry. We need to find it out. We needed to find out who to call and call and voice our opinion, which way, whatever way it is.
Call them and say, I love shrimp.
Right?
They're like, yeah, order me a plate too.
Right? I want coconut shrimp.
Sorry, give me a minute.
I've been working in my fish room a little bit this week.
What you been doing?
I've been adding some shrimp cakes.
Awesome.
Are you getting new shrimp for them?
Well, some and moving some. Because my hospital tank jars are starting to get full, so they got to go to a bigger tank.
So I do have a shrimp question.
All right.
Papa Shrimp. For the Benet auction, I got some yellow shrimp. Okay, I'm a shrimp newbie, so I'm gonna call them yellow shrimp with a darker yellow stripe down their back.
Right.
What would you call those?
24 karat gold.
Okay, 24 karat gold.
That's
Their
what they're called.
Their offspring are 24 karat white.
In other words, they're lacking the yellow pigmentation.
Yeah, so they're lacking the yellow pigmentation. So, ¿qué pasó? What do I do?
That is just a product of the line not being as stable as you would like. So
Okay.
you should have a mix of some of them that still have the yellow, hopefully, and
Yeah.
then some of them that are light. You're going to find that with the Neos, that's where you
Okay.
cull those light colored ones
Okay.
and try to make sure that you can stabilize the line by
Okay.
continuing to breed in that yellow pigmentation.
Okie dokie, Don Quixote. Sounds
And
good.
sometimes when they're little, sometimes the males will be a little less colored up than the females. So sometimes you got to pay attention because you could pull all of the ones that are kind of clearish and
Yeah.
then find out that you only have females left.
Yeah. Okay.
Y'all probably can't see what I'm pointing at across the room.
We see a window.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh.
Nice window.
That's a reflection of a window, like right center screen. That's not really a window, it's a reflection off of the 125. But beyond the 125, I have made a new rack, and it has two of those little 5-gallon cube square clear tanks.
Hmm.
Just if I can get just a little bit close. You see a Madagascar lace just sitting in the water up there?
Barely.
Right. Anyways, I got those two. And I got me another bowl ready.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I got some plants from the pea family this week.
The peas,
Awesome.
I did too.
Very unexpected. That was a great surprise.
That was
And
a
they
lot
were
of
all
work.
okay?
They were all fine. Yeah. Yeah, they all came fine. Yeah.
Well,
Much
we sent
appreciated.
I sent me and Miss Dee Dee. I mailed them, but Miss Dee Dee did such a good thing for Hippie John the fisherman, and we sent him the pea puffers. They left Monday evening ish, and got there on Thursday, and there was a 120-hour heat pack in them. Heat pack was still warm, but 2 didn't make it. So out of 7, only 2 didn't make it, and it was cool there, very cool there.
And he said even though the heat pack still has some heat, the
Yeah.
water in the bag was down to 67.
There's only so much a heat pack can do.
Yep.
But it was packed like perfect.
Yeah.
I
He
made
did, he
sure
did
of
real
it.
good unboxing for that.
And they didn't. He didn't. She didn't show the box.
Well, he told what, and since I
did.
knew
Yeah.
that it was a cooler, it was a styrofoam cooler
Yeah.
looking thing in there, I knew what he
Yeah.
was talking about.
Yeah.
That was his
I
first.
get those coolers from Greg. They're actually when people that have
medication.
yeah, they get medications a lot of times like insulin and stuff, and they get them in the mail. They come in ice packs, but they come in those coolers.
Yeah.
And those coolers are perfect for shipping, small fish.
I got a
Perfect.
few from when my
They
aunt
tend
used
to be extra thick too. That's why I
Yes.
like
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Greg, I need some more.
Hey,
No,
Brandon.
Steven just gets those big styrofoam sheets and cuts them down and squeezes them in as squeakily as possible into the boxes.
I hate and I have a cutter. But I hate cutting styrofoam because I never get the right size, and then I just hate it. I hate it with a passion. But
So Steven has one of those foam cutters where it's like the wire that gets really hot.
Yep. Yeah, that's what
Oh,
I got.
yeah. So it slices it like butter.
And
It
then he
does
has
until they get old.
wood that he cut down to the size that fits in the box. So he has those as guides that he traces on the styrofoam sheet.
Well, see, I don't use the same box every time. I reuse boxes. Like we get Amazon boxes in all the time.
Mhm.
And
So
so
whatever you get.
yeah, whatever I get is what I use. And I get a lot of just USPS boxes, priority mail boxes in, and I'll use a bunch of those, but I send them out UPS.
Well, one of the things I learned from a friend of mine, Mr. Brian at Motor City, is that since those USPS boxes are free,
Yeah.
and you normally don't want to send those boxes through UPS or Federal Express because they won't take it with the markings, just flip them inside out. Retake
They will
them.
take them with the markings. Mine does.
Sometimes they won't.
Mine will.
That
Every
way you
time.
don't have to worry about it. You can ship it with anybody. It's
Of
unmarked.
course, mine are
box.
always used, so maybe they know that. Maybe they know that it's already used, so it's already been paid for pretty much, so it don't matter.
Because I know that when we had the USPS boxes at Jadrin's, we would wrap them in paper
Yeah.
so that they wouldn't have the United States Postal Service markings when we're going to the UPS.
That's
Wow.
a good idea to turn them inside outwards.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to take a black marker and mark through everybody's previous.
Yeah, and
address.
then you get free boxes. You can go up there and pick up as many as you want.
I got a new plant. I've never heard of this before.
Looks like myophyllum.
They called it something feather, like
Oh, parrot's feather, which is a pond plant, and when it's submerged, the leaves will be much different than the emerged leaves. So it's more of a pond plant.
Okay,
So you gonna put it in your pond?
I will now that I know. But I
Where'd it
bought
come
50 little
from?
batches of that, the little LFS.
Okay.
So I stopped by and I've never seen it, so I was like, well, let me get a couple of them and see.
So
I'm
Debbie
getting a little
Holding-
pumpy now since Stephen and Kelly's been working on me about plants.
Hey, that works.
Creating a monster.
Debbie Holding says the yellow shrimp that she got, some of them were paler yellow. As they have grown, they are getting more yellow.
And that happens sometimes too. So how long have you had these shrimp that the babies are kind of
Brennan,
off color?
Mr.
Mine,
Reptiles.
the adults I got in 2 weeks after the auction. So the babies are probably only a couple weeks old right now.
Yeah, I'd give them a little bit more time. Let
Yeah,
them get, see if they color up before you start taking them out.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Just
pull them.
the-
They're just going to, it's my first group of shrimp that have survived. I had some, what do you guys call them?
Skittles.
Skittle shrimp from local pet store that got like 5,000 shrimp, and they just threw them all in one tank and bought some red ones, and only 2 of those survived. So, you know, these are the first shrimp that have actually ever done pretty well for me.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad they're doing well.
Yeah,
I'm
how
not
come?
going to be a I love shrimp person at this point. You know, I like my shrimp. I'm not going to be a shrimpaholic for sure.
Oh my God!
How dare
I've
you
got
say
my
that?
shrimp
Such
tanks. I go and
sacrilege.
I prop up and I just stare at them for hours.
Yeah, how come our coal shrimp, our fish don't want to eat them? We had a betta that we tested it with one coal cherry shrimp and to see if he was suitable for tank mates, and he ate it. And so we're like, great, anytime we have a clear or wild type looking shrimp, we'll put it in there, and now we have like 20 just wild type shrimp hanging out in there that he doesn't bother.
I think it's the colors. I honestly do. The ones that are brightly colored seem more palatable, and the ones that are wild are camouflaged the proper way, like they are in the wild.
Yeah.
So they don't mess with them because they can't really see them. They're not bright colored.
Yeah, well, he
But
goes up to them in flares like, hey, what are you doing? And then swims away.
Maybe he just doesn't like their color.
Now, see, my bamboo shrimp, they'll actually go on the pleco. Like if he gets too close, they come up and box. They're not afraid of him at all. But they're much bigger. Yeah, they don't back down from the bettas, nobody.
Uh-oh. It's time for some booty bump.
Eric Wyrock, you're so awesome. What does that say? Awesome sauce. That's right.
Gracie needs her hot dog.
I need to keep that rolling today. I need to keep
Did that play in entirety?
Yeah.
Yes.
It does not play on my laptop.
Weird.
You come on and it freezes, and then the little dog is bouncing at the end. It did it the other day too.
Yeah, I remember you saying it did it the other day, but no, as far as I know, it played on this end. Yeah. Need to keep being able to hit that button today. Oh, you did say that it was gonna be somebody's birthday this weekend.
Well,
Debbie
it's
Holding?
two
birthdays
now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna play the song one time for Debbie Holding, right? And who?
Chris at Multi-Tank Addiction.
Multi-Tank Addiction. Happy birthday, you guys, from the Aquatic Morning Show.
Happy birthday to you. It's your day, don't throw it away. I've come to celebrate in a big way. Another year, so come on and cheer. It's the birthday last frontier. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. We're having a good time, making me feel fine. I wish the day would never come to an end. So come on and party, and one day you will see that it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
All right. So yes, definitely happy birthday to you guys for this weekend. Wow. And if you have a birthday coming up and we don't know about it, we need to let Miss Dee Dee know.
Yep.
So she can write it down.
That was weird. It started doing the same thing on that one too for me.
I wonder why.
Are they 2 or 3 hours later?
2.
Okay, so it's 11:30.
Huh.
Your attendance with me?
Well, you guys, we are still. Hey, Sharpie.
You're funny, Doctor.
Speaking of your Sharpies,
Sharpies. That's right. Speaking of my Sharpies, I replenished my Sharpie stock. And I always get more than one because I will lose one. But when I was at UPS the other day, they had them, and I was like, grabbing them.
Kelly. Kelly.
Uh-oh.
Get ready to throw another tank on some prettier
It was
lights.
kind of funny. I was at the shop yesterday talking to Jason, and he was talking about his planet tanks that when I wasn't working there, he bought some Fluval 3.0s. And he was like, I don't understand what's going on with these tanks because they turned into green water tanks and a little bit of algae problems. And I was like, well, I adjusted your settings. And he was like, what settings? And I pulled out my phone and I started showing. He was like, you can Bluetooth those things? And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, they got all the settings, manual, auto, pro settings, and you can put all. I said, I changed all your settings, got rid of the blue light. And so now it'll ramp up and ramp down at opening and closing times. He was like, oh, wow, I learned something. I didn't know about that. But it's pretty interesting because I've had Fluvals for a long time. And the 3.0s, I think, have a little bit more advanced software than the 2.0s. I really like being able to put 10 time point settings.
Now, if I remember correctly from what your plants, the blue light needing to be eliminated is a myth.
Correct. That's what they
That
said.
plants absorb the blue light efficiently.
It doesn't create all the algae?
No. I don't think that the blue light is the cause of the algae. I think things just being out of balance is the cause of algae.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they said too.
For me, it's an easy cheat. Just get rid of the blue light and go from there. But I like to use the blue light when it's fully on during the day, on the brightest settings. I like to have that. I like to have the whole spectrum of colors. I mean, that's why you got the spectrum of colors, so that way you can have it. So I like to use it, but because of my maintenance habits, it's easier for me to use that as a crutch and get rid of the blue lights. And because I used to love them.
I mean,
I used to love it at night.
Not only do we have blue light on here at the top, but it's also backlit in blue.
Right.
Back here.
And that's the thing that I've always heard. If you ever pay attention to your electronic devices, a lot of them have the blue LED. And the reason they use the blue LED is because that is the brightest light possible. And so if you have a phone charger that has a blue LED light on it, go to sleep, turn off all of your lights, and you'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, man, it's bright in here because of that one stupid little LED light.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead, Jen.
I was just going to say, I think there's like things you can put on your phone that reduce the blue light so that it doesn't hurt your eyes. It helps you get tired faster. Everything looks a little bit more red.
And maybe some of it is my color blindness.
They had that graph that showed like red light stops at a certain point in the water, something stops in the blue light went all the way down. Whose show was that on this past week?
Yeah, but that's our aquariums. We don't have to worry about the penetration of light because red light penetrates down to 3 or 10 feet or so.
Yeah, I was talking about like in the ocean, how they were showing.
Yeah, that's in the ocean. It's about 10 feet that red light penetrates. But I actually have a graph that shows, light usage by green plants because that's, all of our aquarium plants are green plants. And even most algae are considered to be green plants because they have all the same photosynthetic pigments. But I can't show you, so.
Well, what really is an algae?
Well, there's all types of algae. There's brown algae, green algae, red algae.
What's
Oh,
the
it's
brown
not red
algae?
Brown algae,
Diatoms?
diatoms. Yeah, brown algae is really diatoms.
Which
And that's
is
not a type of algae, technically.
Well, it's considered an algae. It's considered a brown algae. The only difference in the algae is we have chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and chlorophyll C. Okay, those are three types of chlorophylls um, that do the bulk of photosynthesis. It's going to be which one of those combinations that they have. They have some accessory pigments like carotenoids, xanthophylls, phycobilins, and those are going to determine really the color of the algae as well.
so like all the tanks that I pulled all the substrate out and I went to bare bottoms, even though those tanks were well seasoned and they were, all planted and everything, I pulled the substrate out, and everywhere that, had substrate now has the brown algae. But above it, I let the green algae grow on the sides, but I don't want the brown algae.
Yeah.
So I went and I scraped the brown algae off, hoping that the green algae will keep, just spreading. But it wouldn't spread. Didn't look like it would spread over the brown.
No.
Well,
Brown algae. Go ahead, Jenna.
Oh, I was just going to say, when you remove the substrate, you removed a lot of beneficial bacteria.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so that could have restarted the diatom process.
Yep.
Regardless of whether it was still in with the rest of the tank and on the sponge filter and everything.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, because it's still there, but that gravel, that sand has lots of bacteria. It's a bacterial bed basically, and so you're reducing that entire length of that bacterial bed when you take out all that gravel, all that sand.
Okay.
So blue light is utilized by green plants, but not as much as we think. The bulk of the light is going to be red light. It's going to be some blue and green light. And if you look at the old time grow lamps, what color were they? They were purple because they were the combination of the red and blue. And so, blue light is important. And it's more important with the algae. That's why, in marine tanks, the best plant lights that you have, algae lights for photosynthetic algae for corals, are going to be blue light. So that's why most marine tanks have that bright blue type light.
And they don't have a problem growing algae with that bright blue light?
Well, you want algae because, if you have a hard coral tank, you want that bright blue light because hard corals have symbiotic algae, zooxanthellae, that lives inside their tissues that allows them to put on and, add all that calcium carbonate that they need to grow in themselves. So, once your tank is balanced, you won't get the diatoms occurring. It's only when you feed your tank too much or you don't have hard corals that you get a problem with that, with algae in marine tanks.
Poetic songs, 725. Good morning, y'all. Older kiddos home from the school. Children have hijacked the TV. Thank goodness I have a tablet so I can still watch. Yes, thank goodness. You can keep your sanity. Just got through watching the Blindscape Challenge with Stephen P. And
that was funny as heck.
Yeah, he released the unedited version for members only.
Oh, did he?
Yesterday.
I gotta go back look at that.
It's almost 2 hours.
Classified 0. You feed the algae inside the coral using the light and the nutrients and also food particles, and then the algae releases glucose that feeds the corals.
Yeah, and the zooxanthellae inside the corals actually consume the waste products within the algae itself, or within the corals itself.
Zoas?
Zooxanthellae.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah. So they're feeding off the nitrogenous waste that are being produced by the corals.
Oh. Crystals, pets, and plants. Hey, lady, how are you? Gina's Reef. Good
you
morning.
Gina's getting a new job.
Oh, are we gonna lose her in the mornings?
Well, I don't know, but she's going to a like a local saltwater LFS.
Oh, sweet.
She did her last water change on 100 bettas the other day at one of those chain ones.
Oh, wow. My husband is home from work today. No reason. He isn't sick or anything. He just took off work. Well, sometimes you need an insanity day. That's what
we
always
call
call
it mental
them.
health days.
Yeah,
For some
mental
people,
health
it's
day.
Good
Insanity
Friday.
day. And it is, yeah. For some people, it's Good Friday. So
Yeah, I got me some of this the other day.
I won't lose you. Oh, good. Oh, you got some Cats Aquatics?
Yeah, it's shrimp food.
Yeah, sweet. I want the dish. The dish that comes with
You
it.
got blurry, Dee Dee. It's stuck
Yeah.
with the focus. There it goes. Wow. Autofocus.
Maybe I need it blurry. But this is the one that has 4 varieties of food in one jar.
Thanks, Annette. Appreciate it.
Because I love me some shrimps.
Sweet.
I love shrimp.
Hey, Ian. What was I going to tell you, Ian? There was something I needed to tell you.
Were y'all talking about the saltwater stuff?
We're talking about the saltwater corals. I mean, the corals with the blue light. But she's getting able to eavesdrop. Oh, he's getting able to. He's eavesdropping and listening to Tams. All right.
He's like, what does she do all day when I'm not home?
Starts the morning out like he should with the morning show.
That's right. Get you a cup of coffee and come on down.
That's right. That's right. I'm still gonna make a thing that goes on the intro.
it gets back on the
sun is
job.
moving over the side. What is that? Is it Good Morning America? Is that what it is?
Yes. I got one of those coming in the mail too, Stephen.
What?
My Mystery Snow Guardian package.
Yeah, they have a mermaid tail of Snello in their food dish right now. We
Poetic
got
song. Wait, I want to answer poetic song. Poetic song. Of course, you should follow Stephen P. You should follow Papa Shrimp. You should follow Dee Dee. You
Everybody.
should follow me. Those are the only channels you should follow.
I can't lead you anywhere though.
Yeah, Dee Dee needs to make more content for her
Well,
channel.
Dee Dee leads us astray, so you do lead us somewhere.
I've got hundreds of videos out there. I don't know. I did not realize I had so many. I mean, a lot of them aren't worth a darn, but
Yeah.
they're out there.
And Dee Dee needs to do her own live stream.
Yes. She's a co-host for 18,000 live streams. I mean, you don't feel
I'm
confident to
going to
have
be
your
doing
own?
one. I know I'm going to be doing one because I have a giveaway to do.
Ooh,
Oh,
a
yeah.
giveaway.
But after that, I don't think I'll do another one. But I am going to do it for that one.
Poetic Song 725. I have a question for you guys. What are some other YouTube channels from y'all that I should? Oh, you already did that.
I just answered that, bozo.
Well, I mean, does Poetic Song only want fish channels? Or
I
should
thought-
we
okay.
suggest any
Never
YouTube
mind.
channel?
I have a lot of favorites that aren't fish related.
But don't follow that Skipper guy's channel. I don't
Yes,
know about him.
I am.
Listen here, you little.
Morning, Skipper.
Good morning. Yeah, that's nice. I gotta get one out to Jerry yet too. You're gonna have to send me your address in an email. But no, I just got back from getting the second shot. Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my booster last week because I have to travel.
Yeah, I figure I better get it in case I don't want to deprive my kids of going on a trip because I'm stubborn.
You should go back to Disney World.
No.
He should
So
come
I
to
have a question
Peru.
for you, Skipper. I was watching last night, and you were talking about the conversation came up about nets and
Yes.
having a net for each individual tank. Blah blah blah.
A net? We have to have a net for each tank?
Yeah,
I don't
mystery
think
sales
she
guardians.
can get around that much.
Oh, Jesus.
But anyways, when you were talking about that, it seemed like there was a little bit of a divide on some that have individual nets for
There
each,
is.
some that wash and disinfect their nets, the one net that they have, or their
Yes.
siphon hoses and stuff like that. And it kind of struck me as odd, your response to it, but I understand it completely. So
Yeah.
could you elaborate a little bit on that, on your
So
opinions?
I don't even know how that came up. Honestly, I was just trying to think how that came up. I don't remember, but yeah, how did that come up? Anyways, I don't have individual nets for my tank. I also don't have individual siphon tubes for my tanks. Now, if I have a tank that gets sick, I will have a tube just for that because of the possibility of the whole cross contamination thing. But either way, whenever I do it, I rinse my hoses off the ends with scalding hot water. I don't want to go through all that with like what Jess does every time she does a water change. I'm lazy like that. Is it wrong? It could be. Is it not wrong? It could be. It's just everybody does everything different.
The only reason I bleach mine is because of when I got the Calmaneris worms or whatever.
Mhm.
And it was because I was transferring it from tank to tank with my Python.
Yeah.
So now when I do clean those tanks, I bleach the hell out of whatever I'm using. The buckets, I bleach the buckets. I bleach everything that I use that come out of them tanks.
Yeah, I want to use a different net and hose when I am quarantining fish. You know, most of my fish that I quarantine are coming from the wild anyway. And once the quarantine time is over with, I use the same one for all of them, pretty much.
Yeah, right.
The only thing I can relate it to that is a more simpler analogy is when you go to the barbershop, right? You go there and they have all of their combs because somebody brought up combs, but all of the combs are inside a little disinfecting liquid. Now,
Yes.
as a human, we appreciate that because we don't want a comb that just went through somebody else's hair going through our hair without getting disinfected.
Right.
So the same thing applies, I think, in a natural environment with the fish, that it'd be like taking somebody's comb that you just comb their hair and now you're going to comb this hair. So I kind of agree with the disinfecting thing only because I've run across so many problems. But the one thing that I do that I haven't heard anybody talk about is using white vinegar dip. Because
you use white vinegar to do it?
Yeah, I use white vinegar and water. And then that way, if I don't wash it off properly, the vinegar that gets put into the next tank is it's negligible. It doesn't really affect it. But that's a safe way to disinfect everything. Your siphon hoses, your buckets, your nets.
And the vinegar is good to have on hand for the hard water spots too.
Yes, it definitely is.
I mean, I have a lot of I have a big jug of it, but
You can use salt as well. You can use a bucket of salt.
The hard thing about it is, like, I had to sit down and I counted how many tanks. I think I'm up to 16, almost 18 now. That's a lot of extra work.
Yes.
And I don't know, just for me, I don't do it. Now, watch, I'm just going to jinx myself.
Well, after me and you both experienced,
Papa Shrimp.
we both experienced that Epistylus, and it was costly for both of us. But after that, I went the route. Every tank has a power head in it, and I cut a piece of tubing I attach it to that power head, and I drop all the water from my tank in like a 20-gallon tote. And then from there, I have a dirty water Python line that pushes that out. So only this, like if this was Midnight's tank, that's the only one that ever goes inside his tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have one for the next tank. But everybody has a power head in it already, so I just attach it right to that power head. And
I mean, that's a great idea, and it works for you.
Yeah, and that way I'm not moving any lines.
Right.
And when I put my water in, I've got my I got some PVC holding up my Python line so that it don't go into the water; it stays above. That way I'm not cross contaminating nothing, and I don't have to disinfect in between tanks or nothing like that. But I think you can get a tube of this for $25.
Yeah.
And just cut up the lengths that you need.
See, I run mostly all sponge filters. So, and with as many tanks as I have, I can't. That's not something I can do.
Well, if you're going to be constantly using just one Python, you would like it's just something I don't do, man. I could be wrong. I ain't saying I'm right. It's just how I do.
Oh, it was much easier before. It really was.
You know, it really depends. Are you a hobbyist or are you a breeder wanting to sell things? If you're, you know, if you're a breeder wanting to sell things, I wouldn't use the same net. You know, because potentially you can wipe out your whole cash cow.
Right.
But you know, I'm a hobbyist. I don't breed to make money. You know, if my fish breed for me,
I do both.
You know, I mostly give them away, and so you have
I'm
to
a
look
hobbyist
at.
and I sell my fish.
You know, you have to look at where are you at in your aquarium keeping.
Right.
Yeah, we got to remember that we may be fish nerds and have multiple tanks, but most people have one.
Yeah.
So they really don't have that issue of contaminating, cross-contaminating, stuff like that.
They're not going to have 20 tanks.
I wish I had 20.
Or 50
It'd
plus.
be so much easier.
Yeah, or like just 50 plus, or you can go as far as Bob Kaler with 80 some tanks.
Kenny and Danny.
Yeah.
Kenny and Danny.
And not only they have large tanks. That many large tanks.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. They might have a hard time getting me to leave.
It's 10 o'clock, just so you know.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Working on it.
And they already gave us the 10-minute warning.
I am pulling things up now.
Is it a multiple net or just one a net?
Well, it's just one real Annette.
Okay.
And we have to fight over her.
Well, she said she's scared to come to my house because I put her to work. Yeah, because I ain't going to have more than one.
And look, Brooklyn's dying to get over at Steven's house to organize his fish room.
Oh, yeah, she did say that last night.
Yeah. She's already got a plan.
The difference is his work's, I think, going to be more backbreaking because he's going to be digging.
Yeah.
That's all right. It'll be good for him. It'll build character.
There you go. Well, you guys, it is time for our mid-morning break, and is brought to you by Joe from Joe's Shrimp Shack, who is one of our big sponsors, along with Miss Dee Dee. Y'all, Miss Dee Dee is a really big sponsor of the Aquatic Morning Show. If you didn't know that, they love her very much. But we also love Joe. So here's Joe's commercial. we're gonna go right into some Glass Box Hero from Glass Box Hero. Danny Weston.
Standing in the rain, in a heavy downpour, waiting for the pet shop to open the doors. Here the manager comes, watch him turn the key. He opens the doors as if just for me. I need a one filter. They're in aisle 3. Look over there. They're buy one get one free. Keep the water warm. Didn't think that I needed, but I do for sure. That one better with a messed up fit. Grab that cup, put it in my head. That a Nubian and Java first. Bang it up, now watch it learn. Go home and get escaping. Just don't stop. Gotta keep on escaping and fill the water to the top. Be a glass box hero. I'm crying his eyes. I'm a glass box hero. I'm crying his eyes. Without one better box hero. I'm crying his eyes. I'll make him cry every time. In a store without a name, $1 per gallon sale. Give me all your 10 gallons. I got plants in the mail. Guppies breeding out the ass. All these cichlids too. But that one better, I owe it all to you. Now it just keeps skating. And never gonna stop. Gonna keep on skating. Right out the top, and be glass box hero. I'm crying his eyes. I'm a glass box hero. I'm crying his eyes. Glass box hero. I'm crying. Without one better, I'll make you cry tonight. Just keep skating and never gonna stop. Gonna keep on skating and throw the glass right out the top. Be a glass box hero. I'm crying his eyes. I'm a glass box hero. Without one better. I'll make him cry tonight. Glass box hero. Glass box hero. I'll make him cry tonight. Crying hero.
There you go. Glass Box Hero.
Skipper, lift us.
He'll be back. Wait, I gotta unmute you, Dee. Okay. There we go.
He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. I gotta grab my coffee. It just beat.
She couldn't grab her coffee during the song. Huh? I mean, what a I grabbed my coffee during a song. We don't,
It's okay. It happened on my first time too.
your first time. Okay, your first time.
I had forgot. I was sitting here drinking it, and I was like, "Man, it
Oh,
should be
Papa
good
Chip.
if this was warm." And then I was
Love
like, I went through it in the microwave right at the last
Oh, and I
minute.
like the shirt too.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's bad, Papa Shrimp. That's bad, Jerry.
I had to.
Bad.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's an Aloha Friday.
Yes.
No work till Monday.
Yeah, for y'all. I've got to work.
No, I don't work till Tuesday.
You don't work till Tuesday. What is Monday?
Monday is first day of the work week.
Yeah.
Day after
13th.
Sunday.
Well, the kids are still out of school, but it's not like a holiday. It's
No.
like,
Probably a teacher work day type thing.
yeah.
They don't
Um,
call
what
it
they
a
call it.
holiday anymore because it's after Easter.
right.
So they
Professional
call it
day.
a teacher, whatever,
Teacher
professional
in
day.
service is what they call
Yeah.
it here. An in service.
Sometimes.
Ours
Now,
Yeah.
we live far enough south in the state that most of our schools' spring break starts today, like Good Friday through the week after Easter, and teachers
Yeah.
would have those same days. Our school district, we had to go to school just last Monday, and then our spring break was Tuesday through next Monday.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Paul Cetero, I'm retired, so every day is Saturday.
Yeah, my kid's been on break all week. It's been like it's almost like a vacation for me.
Well, it's, that time of the year for me where I've got my people, the only people that I have left that I do landscaping for. I have 2 left to get to do, and I was supposed to get 1 done this week, and I ain't got to it yet. But I had to mow the daycare yesterday, and I ran into somebody while I was getting gas to put in the mower, and he just does beds out of his truck. And so he just started talking to me, and he was like, well, do you have your license? Do you have this? Do you have that? I was like, yeah, I had all of that. I said, but I am trying to get out. I'm not trying to get in.
Yeah.
Oh, we have somebody that's going to Las Vegas next week.
We
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Could it be by the name of Jenna P?
It could be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Not
have-
really for like a vacation, though.
Yeah. We have a new person in chat, our Aquatic Universe with Mike B. Good morning. Welcome. Aloha
That's-
Friday.
That's a name change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
not a
it was
new person.
Mike's turn too.
He changed his name again?
Yeah.
Mike, you got to
Yeah.
stop that.
Well, because I was thinking I saw it on the schedule. It's like, who is this? So I pulled it up. It's like, because it was in Mike's turn to Aquatic's time slot that he normally does. So now I know who it is. But
Okay.
I'd seen him and I thought it was a new person too. Hello, Daniel-san.
You were
I
stationed
feel-
out
I
of
feel
Pearl
kind of-
Harbor.
I feel kind of lost because I no longer have my crutch to see what the schedule is. So I'll have to find different ways to see what the streaming schedule is, or just totally pretend there isn't one and stream whenever the heck I want to.
There is one. Lefty put up one. In
Yeah.
Google Docs.
Lefty's working on one right now.
Yeah. He has one up already.
Well, he had one in the past as well. So I guess he's resurrected it.
Yeah.
It's not quite the
Anyway.
same though.
No,
No,
it's
it's
not.
Top one of
not.
it.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it. But yeah, it's just not the same. I guess the light's coming in
Awkward
on the
silence,
blinds.
awkward silence.
And it looks like I've been blacked out across the face by my blinds.
I
You're
was
trying to be
working-
incognito.
But yeah,
I
I
was
should get a
actually reading-
plant and put a plant right up here at the top.
I was reading what our Aquatics Universe was saying. That's why I went quiet.
About being stationed over at Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's come from my, it's Aloha Friday.
Yeah.
It's a song they used to have. I don't know, but when my wife and I first met, she lived in Hawaii. When I'd visit her every Friday, this radio station would play that song. So
Really?
that's always stuck in my head for Fridays.
There was another one. Roy Rogers sang it. Had Hawaiian.
And what are they?
Sorry.
That's all I got for you guys today. I know it was kind of a long one, but
Didn't mean to start that. I was just trying to get it ready. And
We don't want to listen to Alex.
yeah. Well,
is that the one that says "Happy Friday" to you?
I don't know.
Bet that's the same song.
We're not that old, okay? Yeah.
Well, since I done went there, we're gonna go ahead and go there. You guys, it is time for fish history, scientific news, fish story with Alex from the Secret History of Living in Your Aquarium. And if you are not subbed to him, please, 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 please go do that. It will change your life, fishy life, anyway.
thanks for sticking with me. If you want to talk more about this, I'll be doing a live stream on it. So check that out over on my channel. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye. Hey, folks on the internet, it's Alex Williamson here with Fishery on the Aquatic Morning Show. It's Alex Williamson here, usually on the Secret History Living in Your Aquarium. And if you're a member on my channel, of course, you get all of these at once early and with sources and imagery and all that fun stuff. But today we have a cool story for all of you regardless. And that is here on the Aquatic Morning Show, which is where you can catch it every weekday, unless I mess up and miss a day. And today we have a story from Nottingham, England, the UK. And it is about a massive, massive fish tank, 4,800 gallons. So basically 5,000 gallons with filtration fish tank that this guy converted, where he enters through his upstairs dining room into the basement downstairs. And he has turned a cement basement into a giant fish tank. And he's a money saver. So he also says that he didn't want to heat tanks anymore. He used to have 5 large tanks in his house. And he said he couldn't afford the heating bill. And so he went to an unheated tank and just kept fish that live around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And just whatever the house was kept at was what his fish would be kept at. And so now he has some subtropical species, but mostly like giant Wells catfish and turtles and things. And he crawls into the tank to go swimming with them pretty regularly. So I wanted to read a couple excerpts from this kooky story. It was in the Daily Mail and also in The Sun, which I know are kind of tabloidy, but there's pictures of all this. And I've heard of this guy before. I've actually seen a tour of his house before. And he's now wanting to start encouraging others to build tanks like this and wants to start a consulting and construction firm on how to build tanks that will hold, tens of thousands of gallons of water if need be behind glass. So you can still go into his basement and see this. You walk in and there's still an area where you can walk through and see. And so his wife can go down there and watch him swimming with the giant Wells catfish and the eels and perches and whatever else the guy is going to be keeping at the time. But I wanted to read a couple excerpts from the article because it was pretty interesting. So Jack Heathcote, who's only 37, which to me, that's pretty young to have a house and all these crazy fish like that. It's an expensive occasion. So he says he can only access the 22-ton tank by diving in from the dining room floor through a hatch. In his eccentric Nottingham home, he is a lover of all things aquatic. And the UK's domestic fish are what he loves the most. And so he has a 14-foot long by 12-foot, 8-inch wide and 7.5-foot deep tank. So he spent over 20,000 pounds or around 35,000 US dollars at the time on this tank alone, just on the construction so it would hold. And he says that it houses over 400 fish because he also has a bunch of small little fish in there too. And a tree, by the way, The fish fanatic claims that the underwater exhibit in his cellar holds 4,800 gallons of water, and that it is 12 times heavier than your average SUV. So the fish tank is such, I mean, it's just such an incredible weight in there that he had to come up with new engineering stuff that's not really in the hobby, that's been used for public aquariums and things to shore this up with steel and whatnot and concrete. So he said, you could rightly say that the hobby has taken over my house as well as my life. As far as I know, this tank is the biggest domestic tank in Britain. I know of others in America, but I would love to hear of something or someone to take up a challenge to build one bigger than me here. So after moving in almost 20 years ago, he installed 9 tanks in his 5-bedroom house in Carlton, Nottingham, which he filled with hundreds and hundreds of tropical fish, as I was saying earlier. And the money was costing him 200 pounds a month for extra heat for exotic fish. So that's when he switched to cold fish in 2016, which cut that to only 100 pounds a month. To me, man, I don't know how you take the worry about 100-pound difference and then you build this thing. But the tank is home to 50 adult perch, rudd, and tench. And they're mostly fish that he caught locally, as well as 4 huge mirror carps and a Wells catfish. He definitely has spent a small fortune on this hobby. He said he doesn't own a TV, and instead he spends all his time with his fish. And he said that the glass panel, each one, I think there's 4 of them, each one cost him 800 pounds and then has an 850-pound fiberglass lining. And I don't know, that's just wild. And pound, I mean the money, not how heavy it is. So he said that he spent around with food and fish and all the things he feeds, stocking the tank and feeding the tank, that he's got over 20,000 pounds. So British pounds put into the project. So it's pretty crazy build. I don't know if any of you guys would ever do that, but just something I wanted to share with you guys. Kooky news from around the world. Diehard fish keepers. I've seen people turn their basement into ponds before, like koi ponds that are 2 or 3 feet deep. But this is pretty next level to flood the entire basement other than one little walkway so that you can, look at your fish. Pretty expensive to do also. I wouldn't want that leaking. That would be quite a lot of headache. I worry about 30 or 40 gallons spilling. This guy has to worry about 5,000. So in any case, if you want a hand building something like this, he says reach out to him, and there's info. If you search for Nottingham House Aquarium, you'll find the guy. So I hope you guys enjoyed that quirky little story, and I'll be back next time on Fishtory on the morning, the Aquatic Morning Show. So again, that guy's name was Jack Heathcote, Heathcote, and he lived in Nottingham. If you guys want to build something like that, please tell me if you do. If you want to build a 22-ton, contraption for your fish. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
He does a 5-minute segment.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I don't think I'll be building one quite that big.
Well, we don't have basements down here in Louisiana.
No, we don't have basements to begin with.
We would just have to flood like a living room.
Yeah.
Right?
As many foundation problems as we have here in Texas with just a house, imagine that kind of weight with an aquarium underneath your house. Heck no.
No.
The foundation would shift and then leakage.
Well, Dr. Anthony said in chat that there was a guy in Los Angeles that used to have a huge tank at his company shop. It was 10 feet tall, 20 feet long, and 10 feet deep.
Wow. How big was Predatory Fin's tank? I don't remember, but it's pretty stinking big that he had. which he's moving now up this way.
He
New York.
gave that one to didn't what's his name buy it? Paul
Cafaro.
Okay.
Cafaro. Yeah, he bought it. Yeah, that big blue one with the side panels in it.
No. The other one.
Oh,
not
maybe.
not the one that had his aeropomas and stuff in it.
Well, I think that one did have a minute, but
I know that I was amazed at
We got
Ohio Fish Rescue seeing the swimming pool full of fish. I mean that room
That's
there
cool.
that Big Rich has is just amazing.
yeah,
You know, when I went and visited a couple weeks ago, I was amazed. You know, I've only seen it on videos and things, but you know, it's pretty impressive what he has actually. And he actually has. He's going to build onto it.
Yes.
He's building. You know, going to be twice the size.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's pretty impressive.
All I know is that when I was there and we moved the Bellagio tanks and stands, that was just wow. It gave me PTSD, and I said after that I'll never have a big tank again in my life. Not when you need 30 people to move it around.
Yeah.
oh,
Or a stinking forklift.
And we had to
I'm
get it
working-
off the deck. I mean, the deck was like 8 feet tall from the ground, so we took that stand out and then leaned it over the deck and then tried to pull it. It was crazy. Jack and Dan was there, and he was wearing those little fake feet slipper things that are just rubber.
Crocs.
Yeah, whatever he was wearing, and they dropped the stand on his foot.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, well, go figure. The guy that's not wearing any kind of real shoes, just rubber socks, basically. And then I found out he was a drummer too.
Yes. I'm a drummer too, there, Jerry.
Who, Dan?
Yep.
Oh. Y'all gonna have to do a compilation one night on a live stream.
Yeah.
That should be interesting with time delays.
Well, it was really cool finding out that Big Rich was a metalhead too, and that he had a whole jam room with a massive 1,000-watt PA. And I got on the drums and started playing, and then we blew up his amp.
It's crazy.
I'm a drummer. He's a drummer. Wouldn't you like to be a drummer too?
Number two.
I tell you, that's one instrument I was always fascinated with. Whenever my uncle had a band, and he loved doing the Elvis songs. It was one of the skits that they did with their band, but they also did rock and roll. And just watching that drummer, I was just amazed. Like, that's one thing I wish I'd have learned how to do. I regret that from growing up.
It's awesome. The only thing that I kind of get discouraged about now is I watch my videos from 30 years ago, and oh my God, I'm like, who's that guy? I can't do that anymore, and it kind of discourages me because I'm like, man, I'm too old.
Honestly, it's not that. Back then, you were playing it constantly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's when you get out of practice that you lose confidence.
Yeah. That just became, for you, it just became so much muscle memory that you just sat down behind it like day after day and you just went.
Yeah, and we practiced the other day. We got the band together and we decided we wanted to play. Not really practice, we just jam. But some of the guys were like, I don't even remember that song. I was like, this is where you have to just close your eyes and let muscle memory take over. Stop thinking about it and let muscle memory take over. And it worked because we jammed some of the stuff we haven't played in years. And we played some of those songs and we played them actually pretty good. So muscle memory is a big part of it.
Here's our drum set.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It sounds pretty good, really, for what it is.
That's cool.
This is what the kid got for one of her Christmas presents, because during music class, they were doing wooden spoons on a plastic bucket.
Yep.
And she has a little knack for the rhythm.
Now, Dee Dee, be honest. As a parent, how do you feel that someone got the child a loud instrument to practice?
I did.
You got it.
You
But
crazy.
it also does have a headphone jack.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
But I love it, so it has not bothered me in the slightest.
Dee Dee secretly
Wait a
plays
minute.
with it all the time.
Thank
I
you.
have played with it, and we sing.
I
remember
was
the
just going to
song?
say, she actually got that for herself, not for the
Right?
kid. Don't let her fool you.
Okay.
I did get it for her, but I have played with it too.
Next care package, we're gonna send you a recorder and a kazoo and a harmonica.
I'll send you some Papa Shrimp drumsticks.
Hey, there you go.
I got to learn how to twirl. You can't do that with arthritic fingers. It ain't the same.
Fishimon. Fishimon. 64.
But it is fun. It is fun because you can put a song on and you can play the drums.
See, she
Yes.
has played it.
Yes, I have.
We did see Mrs. Awesome's eye. She didn't realize.
I thought I saw something.
I asked her to come in. She said, no, she doesn't want to. She doesn't like
Aw.
her. Yeah, I
We
know.
do love you. Come
Renee.
say
They
hi
want
again.
you.
Renee.
We want
Renee, she
you.
didn't even know your name.
There
So that's,
she is.
that's
Hello.
Mrs. Awesome.
Hey.
That's the
Yeah,
The
that's
real
all
lady
work, though.
behind, every successful man has a good woman behind him. You know what
Yeah,
I
but
mean?
she's more successful than I am. So it's behind every successful woman, there's a deadbeat husband behind her. That's what I am.
Well,
Well, it's
thank
good
you
to
for
see
popping
you.
on and saying hi. It's good to see you.
Well, hello. I think you guys are incredibly funny sometimes.
Well,
Sometimes.
we try, but you know.
Yeah, and we're trying to be serious at those moments most of the time.
No, we're not. I love shrimp.
I can tell, but I have to go to work, so thank you.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Have
Have a
fun.
good day.
Oh, she can go save somebody's heart.
Now, what does she do?
She's a hospital administrator. She was retired, but she was actually asked back to start a neuro program at the hospital.
Neuroscience.
Yeah, neurosciences program at the hospital. So she has a master's degree in nursing, and she's been she's been starting and running heart programs and neuro programs here in Southern California for many years.
Wow.
Wow.
Around winter wondering.
Okay.
Wow.
She's a different level of awesomeness.
Oh yeah, she's I tell her she's probably one of the smartest people I know.
I heard you say that on the stream one night up to
Yeah.
Chattanooga Ed about if you had any questions because you were
Oh,
going
yeah,
out the
yeah.
country.
Yeah.
That, to contact her because she was the smartest person that you knew.
Yep.
Sheller
That's awesome.
Aquatics. Hello. Is that Shell Aquatics? But you went to Sheller, or no? We have two different shells now.
I think
That
that's
could be their
different.
last name.
That's different.
It's different. All right. So we have a Shell and a Sheller. Cool.
And then Shelly.
And
or
a
maybe-
Michelle.
Kelly Foreman. Good morning. Rico Stan.
I have not been a good mod today at all.
Motor City Aquatics.
I don't know if I did this one.
Fishymon. I got my plecos and they're wonderful. They're wonderful.
They are nice fish.
Yep. I got worried last night that because I put some leaves in their tank, some
Catappa leaves?
Katapa?
thank you. Yes, some catappa leaves in their tank. And I got scared that the tannins were gonna drop the pH too much. Me and Miss Dee Dee were talking. And this morning I seen him and he wasn't, I don't know, he was just acting a little different. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna do a water change. So I did, and they're fine. But I think it was dropping the pH too much. So,
They are awesome fish.
but they're good. And I keep worrying about my TDSs because it comes out of my tap at 450. Well, I need to get a new I need to replace my cartridges in my RO because now it's starting to come out at about 74.
Ooh.
So I can't do a saltwater change at all, and I can still do other water changes as long as I keep got to keep up, make sure that the levels don't. I have to know that they're 74, already there, and work with that until I can get my cartridges in. But
I need to go ahead and order my backup cartridges for my.
Yeah, mine, it's like it's good one day and then it's gone the next. But my water is so hard.
How
like,
often do you have to
these
change?
About 2 months I've gone through this one in 2 months at least.
Does it depend on your water also? What it has to pull out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
And it also depends on the unit. Some units, the higher grade units do run a lot longer.
I should have a bigger one for what I'm trying to run right now. Because I've got the Achilles now, because I've got the Rams now, because I've got, the axolotls now and the saltwater tank. I mean, half of mine now have to have RO, split with my tap water. So, no, I'm not gonna live that dangerously. I don't. Now, I was told that I can slowly bring them bring them to my regular tap water. They're very flexible, but I didn't want to shock them, so I will slowly bring them up. But see, I want them to breed, so I don't know that they'll breed in that high of a TDS either.
It would just take them a while to get adjusted to it, to get the normal activity.
Well, now, it's like with the killie eggs, or the ram eggs, if the TDSs are too high, the eggs calcify as soon as they're laid.
Oh.
And so that's what I'm worried that will happen with their eggs when they start. I still have time. I mean, they're not adults. They still got to grow some, but I don't want that to happen to them either. So, Anthony's fishy friends. Hey, man. Yeah. That dude right there has got one heck of a RO system.
Yeah. How many gallons does yours put out?
Mine only does 40 gallons in 24 hours.
Oh, mine does 60 gallons an hour.
Yeah. No, I need a bigger one, but
and
I
it
just
wasn't that
RO.
expensive. I'll send you a link for it.
Okay. Yeah, I bought the RO Buddy, off of Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was fine for what I needed. I didn't have the saltwater tank yet. I have everything that I've got now that needs it.
Don't forget, Joe Shrimp Shack sells through Bulk Reef Supply.
Yep.
And you get a 10% discount if you order within 4 hours of the Aquatic Morning Show, which
that's right.
Yeah, that's right. You did that, didn't you?
Yeah, and it's the best large purchase I have made, other than like an actual tank.
It's definitely hard to find a good discount that whenever you're needing a piece of equipment like that.
And it's so easy to use. That little one that I bought was 24 hours for 2.5 gallons. And it wasted a whole lot of water. This one is almost gallon for gallon with that water saver one. It's not much difference. And I have these big orange food barrels outside collecting my water. And if I'm not careful, it will overflow in just a few hours. I have to, because it really, I think it can do 150 gallons a day, which I don't need that much, but that's what you had to get the water saver one.
Oh.
It's fast.
Oh, that's nice. And then plus, since you don't use it as much, you wouldn't have to change the cartridge as often as it says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just so you know, Jess, a little hint on the Rams, at least, from my experience, it really depends on whether the male properly fertilizes the eggs or not. And that also depends on when you see the eggs look white and you think they're calcifying. It's just, maybe it might be just because they didn't get fertilized.
Yeah, true. Right now, I don't have any of them breeding. It's really weird. I don't know what's going on.
When I used to have problems where they stalled and stopped
Yeah.
breeding, I changed tanks, put them in a different tank.
Really?
Check them up.
Yep.
Okay.
Interesting.
Because see,
Change
I
the
bought
decorations.
I bought those blue long fin electric blues, and I got all males.
No.
So I ended up with an extra golden female and an extra German. And so I just put one of those with each of the long fin blue male that I have that are gorgeous. Until I can get some more long fin blues. They're pretty. The Summit guns are pretty. But
I've never seen them ones before.
they're pretty.
I do have a question for everybody on the panel. Is it too late, if we haven't already done so, is it too late to make arrangements to go to the Triple Crown?
No.
No.
The
I
issue
haven't
you
bought
may have-
tickets, but I've got my room.
the issue you may have is finding a place to stay.
But they have
kind of
a
what-
lot of Airbnbs that
And
are
I would
Yeah.
rather stay
not
in an
very far.
Airbnb with someone.
And that's what we're doing. We're sharing a house, and it's going to end up being cheaper than when we originally booked the hotel.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I
Jason
didn't.
told me yesterday that he wants to go. He asked me if I wanted to go, and I said, yeah. He was like, okay, well then, let's go. Let's figure out a way and get there. So my only concern
Find
is
us an Airbnb. We'll do it together.
right? Okay.
But hey,
But you
just
need a
remember
dog
that
friendly one.
it's got to be dog friendly, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. What if I'm not dog friendly? No, just
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh snap!
Hold your ears for a minute.
Different Airbnb. Whoops.
What family are rams under?
They're cichlids.
All right.
the Ramaziris. That's why they're called Rams. It's short for, is it Ramaziri or Ramazirii or
Ramaziri.
I'm
Oh, a long fin. Boo, boo.
Oh, look at that.
That's pretty neat,
Pretty.
though.
Jess is all about those long fins now. Everything has to have a long fin.
Like fancy things.
Yeah. She's Miss
Typical
Flowy.
Southern girl.
Mhm. Boy, if she cuts her hair, she's going to be at a loss.
I'm really surprised that I see snails in that tank. And my German Ram tanks, I have no snails.
Maybe they just haven't got to them yet. Maybe there were so many they just are rationing them out.
Maybe they don't like the Malaysians.
I can tell you, loaches love them. At least these zebra loaches.
Well, I don't have any snails where my dojo loaches are.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Our zebra loaches are not eating our Malaysian trumpet snails. We still
Jess,
have
one of the
hundreds.
problems you may be having is long fins, because they're really inbred, lose their fertility much easier. So
No.
it may be that the male is just sterile.
And it kind of like the guppies, the long fin ribbon-tailed guppies. Sometimes the males have a hard time trying to impregnate the females because the long fins get in the way.
Why? And the gonopodium is extended and in many cases doesn't even work anymore for those, for those guppies.
Yeah, that word.
Yeah.
The podium.
Interesting.
I hate when my gonopodium doesn't work.
You get away with that on the morning show. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's scientific.
And do a flyby.
I can't keep it triple if I'm using big words like that, Dr. Anthony.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They're little thingy.
Yeah.
That's a tiny.
Oh
Snippy.
my. They are pretty cool looking there, those long fin ones. She's probably trying to talk and realize that both of them's muted.
And she's probably whispering.
I do hear you.
Oh, no, it's,
That was creepy.
with that echo.
We missed that low, sexy, sultry voice.
What is that when they implant words in you, in your subconscious, like to sell you stuff?
Inception.
Subliminal.
Yeah.
Mm.
Buy your fish from Mayfield.
Subliminal messages. I wanted to show the longfin Danios.
Oh, I love them too. I used to have some of them.
I have one. I didn't notice what it was.
They have the zebras and
Yeah.
the leopards.
Yes, and I have babies.
Awesome.
I'm gonna move these into the closer to my office because I want to watch them.
The Danios are fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
They
And guess
zip
what?
around.
Those are also long fin.
Is there going to be a race today?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll be there in a minute.
Keeping us on track.
Oh man,
I
didn't do
forgot
that
it.
all
I got excited with all the subliminal stuff.
week. Right.
We talked
Man.
psychedelics earlier in the week. Now it's subliminal messages. Yeah.
I did not participate this week. Shame on
Oh,
me.
you naughty boy. That's all right.
I'm still trying to bounce back from last week.
Okay,
My last cup of coffee, y'all. I've had a whole pot this morning.
so
Wow.
what we're gonna do is it's not a race; it is a wheel. But we're not gonna do the weed out.
Lose.
The
Yeah.
loser wheel.
That takes too long. I would love to
We're
do
gonna
it.
do
but that takes
a
too
winner
long.
wheel.
Yeah, we're gonna do a winner wheel.
If I
And you
don't
two
win,
can
it's
be a
fixed.
winner.
Somebody gonna type hashtag rigged in there.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on.
All right,
Oh.
You can do it.
we had that. Okay. All right. Nope, that one. That one. Here we go.
Good luck, everybody.
I like the race. Oh,
awesome.
Winner.
Awesome.
Snoochie Booch. Now, see, if we were to do the remove, all I would do right here is click continue, and then it would have removed Snoochie Booch,
Uh-huh.
and then spin
No,
again.
what? If
Oh,
my
let's see
name
who
comes up,
is
I'm gonna be pretty
first.
angry.
Eric Wyrock.
Oh, I so hope he was gonna
Sorry,
say
Eric.
Right.
Oh, this is great.
Sorry, Eric.
Yeah, you got to do it like Steven does. Sorry, Dee.
Right. Sorry, Jennifer Weaver.
You are not a winner today.
Right. Oh, well. Well, congratulations,
Snoochie
Eric.
Snoochie Booch?
No,
No,
Snoochie. Who
Snoochie.
was it? Snoochie Booch. Now I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Richard.
Richard.
See what she just did to herself.
So you play too much.
That's right. Yes, email me. I'm writing it. This is what I do. I gotta write it down, or I will forget. But email me because I will still might forget.
Thank you.
Email. Is he in here?
I haven't seen.
I have
you.
not seen him today.
Okay. So if anybody sees him, tell him
Could
He
be
won.
in and out.
end of week. Maybe one day when we have more time, we'll do it like the real way. But
Well, the month end winner is good because you only have 4 to 5 names.
true. Yeah, I think you said that last time. I said that, didn't I?
I think so.
No.
But I repeat myself all the time.
Hey, that's okay. Yeah, I came up with
There ain't nothing wrong with that. You just keep reminding yourself. Nothing wrong with that.
Jess
You know-
developed a version of mane and tail. She will be set for life. I know, right? Rock hard tanks. Good morning. Who is that?
No idea.
They know me.
It
Did
seems
somebody
you
change
Yes,
their
you
name?
need to make your logo with your hair flowing, like put one of the big fans on it, get it all flowy, and then take a picture.
we can do it together. I'll have one too.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
can do it too. My hair.
I need to
Yeah.
get a
Sunglasses
professional.
to watch yours.
Somehow I need to get a professional picture made with me, my horse, my dog, and a fish tank.
Well, you might as well wait till you get that milk frog.
And the milk frogs. But then I'll have to add. Well, I already need to add feathers, although I don't have any feathers.
Or put a feather in your cap.
Yeah. What would you add for a frog?
Tadpole.
Main tails, fur
Legs.
fins, and tadpoles,
I would not do
Legs.
that if I was you.
legs,
Croaks.
or ribbit,
Croakers.
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 What
I
are they
definitely want
called?
to add definitely don't want to add a tadpole to your emblem because it would look like
No.
something else.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to
Well,
get
we
one.
have talked about our little whatever the confinement thing is for lizards. You put all the plants in it.
Caldarium.
And
Yeah.
stuff. We're going to put it in the main sitting room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It is
See,
catches
I
a
wanted-
lizard.
If I really wanted to, that tank that Greg gave me, the last tank Greg gave me, not the square 15-gallon, I could turn that one into a paludarium very easily. Very easily. But I want to be able to have the bottom and open the front doors like the Zoomed tanks do.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
I
them
am not
paludariums are-
taking that tank apart.
Yeah.
So I guess if I get if I get the frogs first, then I'll turn that one into the paludarium. If I can get the Zoomed thing first, then I'll put them in that. But
I want to get one of them, the 20-gallon one. I
Uh-huh.
got to see one up close. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
What, the square tank?
The paludarium.
here at the
Oh,
paludarium.
Zoomed one.
Oh,
Wow, it's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So then I watched a video on how they
City
set it up.
cichlids. Good morning, cold-blooded monsters. Good morning.
I watched the video on how they set them up and everything. I was like, yeah, I got to get one.
No.
I don't even know what. I have
Hold
to
on.
look at all this stuff before I do it.
Well, that's the thing. And what's nice about it, she likes frogs. So that's a selling point.
There you
yeah.
go.
I'm not a frog person, but I will have to say those milk frogs were cute.
Yeah.
But as far as little frogs in the yard, I'm not all
Oh, yeah.
excited to see them. I love to see the lizards. I don't know. I just maybe one jumped on me or something when I was a kid. I don't know.
Or you might have kissed one and your prince never showed up.
No, we did used to chase them. I do remember that out of the ditches.
Like soon there'll be frogs, tree frogs on my window over here. All of my flowers fell off of my orchid.
Mine was down to one also.
What do you do? Help!
I don't know. I've got a
Gotta
whole
do
bunch of how to take care
orchids.
of orchid stuff on Pinterest, but I've got to go.
I
do
know. It doesn't all it says is I gotta put five ice cubes in it a week, and that's what I was doing. Damn it! And it lost all of it, and so I put it in the window, and it looks like it's growing in the window, but
Mine
I
do
haven't-
better if I put them outside under like a tree and just let
Uh-huh.
the rain get it.
maybe I'll replant it and hang it.
Brooklyn says no ice cubes.
Why not? That's what it said to do.
Well, she
Huh.
might have a point being it's not doing good.
Maybe.
She watched a bunch of YouTube videos, a lot of different people.
Well, they are from the
Morning, Joe.
south. Like, hey, come on in, Joe's Shrimp Shack. I don't know. I just need to do some more
Yeah, you're
research.
supposed to do something once they lose their flowers and all that, but I just gotta. I
Yeah,
gotta
I
get
need to
caught up.
know because I don't want
I've
to
been
lose
trying to
it.
catch up.
But right now we can put them outside because it's warm enough now. Well, here anyway. Ice cubes are terrible for orchids, but them losing their flowers is pretty normal. Well, then why does it say put 5 ice cubes in it a week? Oh, look at your orchid.
This is a 3-year-old orchid,
Oh,
and it's just in our window sill by our kitchen sink. You can leave them alone and they'll do fine. This thing is actually rebloomed.
Oh.
And we hardly ever water it. It has these aerial roots here.
yeah.
They're epiphytes, so
Yeah.
they're not getting water from the roots per se.
Okay.
So
So the ice cube would
Yeah,
probably
you-
hurt them.
I just missed them, and this soil mix is really dry. So
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
the reason they said it.
Yeah.
yeah,
So they're like air plants almost.
they're epiphytes like air plants.
Okay. Huh. I'll be damned.
Well, I just learned something new today.
Yep.
Now my head's
You
going
come
to hurt.
learn about your plants on the Aquatic Morning Show.
Hey, it's like I tell everybody, we talk about everything. All of our
I'm just
pets,
not a
all
fish
of our
guy,
plants.
you all. I know life.
Yeah, you've
I
been
guess
around
you
long
do.
enough.
Shut up. I teach botany. I taught botany for 20 years, so I know botany as well.
Wow.
Hey,
Well, I'm
Skipper,
amazed.
you're getting up there too, so don't be making fun of my age.
40?
Oh, he's a long way from getting up there.
Is 40 that old considered old now?
But you've lived a
Well-
harder life than me,
Annette would probably tell you that you're the same age as her mom.
And that would probably tell me I'm the same age as her grandma.
That's what I get from my
Interesting.
students. Yeah, you're the same age as my grandpa. Jeez.
Oh,
But that's
okay.
We all got to be something.
That's right. That's right. Hey, SC Catahoulas, what's going on? All right, you guys, we're going to look at the weekend lineup. with
Thank you,
Miss-
Fishy Mom.
Now for the weekend live streams on Friday, Eastern Standard Time, starting at 5 a.m. It's Rumball's Fish Room. Next up is the Aquatic Morning Show on Maze Tales, Fur, and Fins with Jess.
At 12, it's My Fish Tanks Aquatics with John. And at 2, Afternoon Chat Delight with Rico Steen. At 4:30, it's the Lefty and Ed Variety Show. At 6, it's Dave Fishy Friday. And also at 6, Cold Water Aquatics. At 7, it's the Secret History Living in Your Aquarium, Alex. And at 7:30, it's Hippie John the Fisherman and Big Whistle Aquatics on Hippie John's channel. At 7:30, you have Aqua Malik. At 8:30, Father Fish. At 9:30, it's Friday Night Live with LRB Aquatics. And concluding the Friday night lineup is In the Den with Big Tank Hank at 11:30. And now for the Saturday live streams at Eastern Standard Time. We start the morning off with the Saturday morning cartoons with Shanna and Jason at 10 a.m. Next up is Saturday morning live with Jimmy P's Aquariums
and Vin Ochart, both at 12 noon. At 1, you have Mob Guppy. At 2, you have Steamy McStreamy with Stephen and Jenna P. At 4 p.m., you have Families and Fish Keeping with Lady Metalhead. At 6, it's Sherry, Mississippi Hippie. At 7, it's Discus Talk with Tammy. Eight, you have Fish Room Fever or Chattanooga Ed or Rico Stan. One of the three at 8 or all of them. At 9 is Enter the Fishy Matrix with Glassbox Hero and Fishy Biz. 9:30, Benny's Aquatics. At 10 is Aquafunk Live. At 11, She Paints, Pam and Bob. And that concludes the Saturday night lineup. And now for Sunday live streams in Eastern Standard Time. We start the morning off with the easy stream on Degenerate Fish Keeper with Jason. At 11, it's Our Aquatic Universe, formerly Mike's Turn to Aquatics. At 12 is Sunday Brunch with Mike's Aquatics and Reptiles. And at 1 is Sunday Sharpie with Sharpie's Fish and Phantoms. Sunday Stream with Brienne's Fish Fam. It's at 3 o'clock. Aquamalik at 4. At 5, it's Science Gal Aquatics with Carrie and Jesse. At 6 p.m., it's Skipper's Aquariums. At 7, it's Q Aquatics with Susie Q. At 8, it's Tea and Fish Mafia on Kaler's Aquatics and Reptiles. At 9, it's Sunday Night Stream with the Danikins, Kitty and Danny. And at 10, it's Atkins Nature Aquariums with Ian and maybe Cat. At 11:30, it's Just Fit Reptiles and Aquatics with Brennan. And that concludes the Sunday night lineup. And Lefty 32138. Thanks for making this information easy to find on your site.
Need to add one to that. Big Tank Hank he started it last weekend, and I didn't get it in time to get added to the. Well, I didn't get it added in time. He is doing a reptile one now on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and it's called Wild About Herbs.
Okay. You talk to Lefty, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get it added, but I'm going to email it to Dee Dee too, so she can add it to her thing.
Okay. Two things before we go. One thing, congratulations to Joe Shrimp Shack. He made 4,000 subscribers.
Nice.
Yesterday.
Congratulations.
Nice.
So, yes, definitely congratulations, Joe. Hopefully we had help in that. We do. And the other thing is, don't forget, Aquaticon is coming up at the end of the month. This is the one with James, and I can never remember. And they were on last night. The guy that's helping put this on.
Oh
Aquatic
Life.
no,
No.
Aquatic Marine.
Aquatic
Aquatic
Marine, yeah.
I knew it was Aquatic something, but I can't ever remember the last one. Richard McCarthy, hi. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry. I don't think I missed anybody though. Oh no, I don't. And then there's Swap Me. So Sunday, April 24th at the. I wish. What is the name of this?
Oh, it's in
Club.
Ohio. It's
Huh?
the Ohio Cichlid Association, I think.
Albino cichlid.
Ohio?
Oh, Ohio.
Ohio.
Okay. They need to put that on there somewhere. Ohio Cichlid Association.
They do have it on some of them.
Oh. And then April 23rd would be Reefpalooza in Orlando. So that's this month. Everything else that's in May is at the end of May, so we're not going to go there right now. But I didn't do the shipping report today because nobody ships on Fridays. So yeah.
Well,
So,
plus with Easter.
Yeah, with Easter, nobody should really be shipping right now. But we'll get back to that on Monday. So does anybody have anything else? Hey, Jay Oliver, welcome to the end of the stream. Where did Doc go?
Yeah, I just noticed that too.
He just dropped off.
He said, "See ya."
Oh,
Chevy Fish said it's the Greater Chicago Cichlid Association.
Greater Chicago.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's the one I get
Thank you.
mixed up.
Good.
I can add that somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way I know, you're waiting for Reefapalooza in Anaheim. It's next to Disneyland. Ooh. Sweet. Let's see. I'm looking for something else.
Yeah, that one in Anaheim, that's actually not till October. No, that's the Texas one. Holy cow, they have so many of them.
Yeah. There's a bunch.
New York. Where did that
Good
one
morning,
go?
Sherry.
California.
All right, you guys. Oh my gosh, my Fish Tanks and Aquatics is streaming now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You guys go over there. I'll go over there. Go over there.
Yeah.
Show him some love. We will be back Monday morning, and we will see you guys then. Oh, Lane is going to say bye too. Say bye bye. Joe.
There's trouble.
There's trouble. Told you all that's all he was do is pop his head in. Oh, I didn't pick a song. Crud. Hold on. I was in the middle of doing it.
Dang it, Bobby.
Right? I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Jess.
Oh, I don't know where it is.
There.
I don't have a problem or anything.